Because I didn't make it on Bad Boys Club, or because I wasn't able to audition for Bad Boys Club, I auditioned for Bobby Light.
I felt like there's a lot that didn't show. Like Trizzy was saying that he caught Brel sucking the handle. Like they think me and my roommate is fucking. Oh, he's trying to call me Puta Kente. He's like, oh, you're black as fuck. And then when I went to the kitchen, I heard TBD, TBD. So y'all, you know what's going on. I was like, oh, okay. All right, see you later, Zeus. I'm about to leave. Like, no, I got to do something before I leave. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I'm taking off like a rocket, Never thought I would be glad that I dropped out of college,
All right, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, so when you heard about the show, initially, as far as Bobby Light's I Love You Purr, when you heard about the show, what were your initial thoughts? What was your reaction? Did you know that you wanted to be on the show?
I knew I wanted to be on a love show. I wanted my own show. You know what I mean? But I was excited. I was excited to meet Bobby and see what's up with him because, you know, we kind of are in the same realm. You know what I mean? I was in the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood scene. He was in Love and Hip Hop Miami scene. So I was like, that seems pretty perfect. You know what I mean? So I was excited to see what that was about for sure.
And you said, so you were doing shows prior to this?
Yeah, I was doing, yeah. I have 2 shows, and then another one that's out right now called Chasing LA. I'm not a cast member, but I did a cameo.
Okay.
So, yeah, Chasing LA is out right now, and you can find it on YouTube. It's a YouTube series and reality show, and yeah, so I have a cameo comp on there as well.
All right, yes. So I mean, so you've been doing your thing. You decided to do Bobby Lights. What was like the auditioning process?
Well, I was doing my own thing, and then I contacted Zeus, and I'm like, because you know, Zeus is LA based, live in LA, so I've been to a couple parties, I've been around a lot of people on there, I have friends on there and stuff like that. So I reached out to one of the producers that I knew, and I'm like, how do I get my own show? Like, do I need a million followers? Do I need to check mark? You know what I mean? And he was like, well, I mean, we have a love show coming up, and we have Bad Boys. If you go on one of those, then Zeus followers know who you are, and then that can help you get your own show. So I was like, okay, I'll do a love show. You know, my name is They Love Mason, and it's a love show, and I want my own love show. So that was more of a kind of the realm for me. Plus, I always loved Flavor of Love, and I live in New York, and ever since I was a kid, I was like, I want to go on a love show, and I want to get my own love show. So you know, I was like, this is the calling. This is it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, and that's especially what I interpreted as far as the show. That was like kind of like my initial thoughts was more like, I felt like this was going to be really funny.
Yeah.
I love New York, Flavor of Love.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was going to be mixers and shit. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
How it was going to be. So
I think a lot of people did.
So when you started the show, the process to getting on the show, was it like, how was that? Was it, because I know it's the way the scene started was you guys were on a bus. That's how we met all of y'all. You guys were on a bus. You guys were on the way to the house. How was that process? Like meeting the guys and, you know, just becoming.
It was cool. We were in a hotel for like 3 days. So we all worked before that. So we all kind of around each other a little bit. I kind of stayed in my room until like the last day. And then, because last day was the day that, you know, we had to check out and we had to be in the lobby and stuff like that, around everybody then. And everyone seemed cool.
Right.
It was cool, but you know, a lot of people didn't like Dimitri. It wasn't like everyone was just cool, you know.
Yeah, I did notice they didn't like Dimitri because once we got to the house, everybody it seemed like everybody.
It was It was only about like probably like 4 people. 3 people that fought him, but like maybe 4 people that didn't like him or something like that, you know.
But what happened? What transpired that made people feel like, well, I know already that I don't like this man?
From my understanding, people just didn't like the way he was speaking, the things that's on his mouth. Like Cash was wearing some brand new Jordans, and he was saying something like that about his outfit, and then Dimitri was like, "Oh, they came from Payless," so he got offended from that. I forgot what other things that he said to people that made them offended, but yeah, I mean, from being around him, I didn't feel like he said things to piss people off. I think he just talks without thinking, and then people get offended, you know.
So how was
he was the youngest in the house too? At the time, he was only 24.
Dimitri.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I didn't know he was only 24.
Yeah, he
Okay.
just turned 25. He's in August.
And you know who I said this. Do you know who Dimitri always reminded? Every time I seen him, he reminded me of Taylor Made from I Love New York.
I think about Taylor Made too. Jason Lee said that. I always think about Taylor Made,
He,
and he be like, I am not Taylor Made. Taylor Made did not. I was like, not in the sense of that, but like nobody really fucked with Taylor Made. And then like the way you carry yourselves, you're both from New York. It was the way you were, just like Taylor Made.
I feel like Taylor Made still said what he wanted to say, and he just felt like the rest of the all the other extraness was not necessary. I think he was just like very business standpoint, like business minded, very, what do you call it?
Very Taylor Made.
Very
Yeah.
Taylor Made. There you go.
Very Taylor Made.
Very Taylor Made. That's what Taylor Made definitely was.
Yeah.
Once we got to the house, it was like the guys were fighting him, and I always say
he was dancing. There's a lot. That fight was happening for so long. He was dancing around. That's why they were getting more irritated, because after they fought, he wouldn't be like, okay, we fought and left it alone. He'd be like, let's do it again. Let's you think he's just like keep going. He's young. He's younger. So.
But what I will say is, even though he was not, because it kind of was caught off guard, he did get his lick back. And I said that in my review during the first episode. I was like, y'all can't really be mad at him, because they really just ran up on him and started hitting him, and it was more than one person. So I guess he felt like he needed to get his lick back. So, I mean, you can't be mad at Taylor Made.
Definitely Taylor Made. He did get his lick back. Do your shit.
Right. So when you guys got to the house, how was the thought process with Bobby coming out and you guys meeting? I guess you already knew Jason Lee. Was that your first time meeting Roland Ray?
We did the intro before we actually filmed the show, so I was already kind of around them a little bit.
Oh, so you was around.
Low key. But Roland Ray, that he was just different on camera. Like off camera, he was really cool. He was nice. Love your friends, cutie, y'all cute. Okay, I see y'all, all that shit. And then the camera started on. But I didn't really follow his career. I think, was that you that told me yesterday? He's famous for trolling, right?
Yeah. Well, I would. Yeah. He's famous for trolling.
Somebody told me that.
I was letting you know that.
I didn't know that.
The conversation that him and Bobby had.
That's the first time I really watched him on TV.
Because he wasn't the only other times he was on TV. I think it was like Judge. What was it? Divorce Court. I think that was when he was on TV. Like, that's what really got him like really hot. And he was up there. So
see, I didn't know that he was like a troller and stuff like that. I thought that he was just, when I saw him on the show on the conversation on Bobby, I thought that he was just like that because he was mad at him.
Yeah. Roland Ray definitely trolls. That's his one thing I can say. He's going to talk shit from the heavens to the hills.
He be talking his shit.
So once y'all got into the house, did you already know who you were cool with by the time you got to the house, or was the bond built?
I didn't really have a problem with anyone at all throughout my whole process there. I just knew that I wanted to be roommates with Soul, because me and him were just like more on the same wavelength. We both was chill. We're like, we're not coming here fighting. We're not about to be doing all that. We're not doing too much. We're about to be chill vibes, focus on Bobby, smoke our weed, enjoy the house. That was kind of vibe. So I was like, that could be my roommate, because I know that nothing's gonna be doing. It's not gonna be no extra shit that goes on. You know what I mean?
Right.
But initially at that time, I did like Soul. I fucked with Grandy already. I like Grandy,
right.
And then like in the house, me and Trizzy became cool too. Well, before that too. I just think about it for a second. So Grandy, I like Grandy a lot. Trizzy, my roommate. I like them all in general. The show's over. At the time, I was like, I'm not about to be cool with nobody, and I can't, because I'm not about to put my emotions in it, and I don't know how y'all gonna act after the show. You know what I mean? Like, things could change, for one, and for two, I'm not gonna get emotionally attached to people, and then when they get ready to go home, I want to be on people like, nah, don't. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I'm gonna just focus, stay in the game. If you gotta go, you gotta go. See you later, peace. That's what I say in the whole thing.
Right. So that was where like I was kind of more focused as to who you became friends with in the house. If there was
Say one more time.
I'm sorry. That was like where I was more focused with who you became cool with in the house, who became your friends. Do you still talk to the people that you were cool with in the house?
The only person I talk to every day is literally Dimitri.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, sometimes like me and So will like speak every once in a while, just what's up kind of thing,
He seemed
or
like
Me and Trizzy on live or something. Like me and Grandy would comment on each other's stuff or something like that. You know what I mean? Like little shit. But the only person I really talk to every day is Dimitri.
okay. All right. So when you guys were at the table, did you guys ever see like the not Dimitri, excuse me. Did you guys ever see the fight that was going on by the pool with Andre and Jameson? Or I'm sorry, rerun and
So we did our scene first, and then that happened after. But I did see some of it. I was in the comedy say like the hallway part, like right outside. You know how where they were? There was like that door. We can go through the door right there. Like
yeah.
my room was close to that area, so I think I was going to the kitchen to get something to eat or something, and I went to go look. So I was looking a little bit, and I saw, but I didn't know all of that happened. I knew that Colgate got thrown in the water because he came out and was like laughing about it after. It was like, oh shit, you know. So I was like, what? Like he was even telling me
I
you better
do.
you better do some scenes, boy. You better do some. You better get this. I was like, man. I forgot who I was with. We was like, y'all are crazy. Like y'all sitting here getting drunk, getting into it on camera, and then like cheers after like.
Yeah,
But shit,
no.
I did too. I did too. So you know what I mean. But to me at the time, before it happened, I was like, this is too crazy. You know, like whoa, like
Yeah, but even if we're speaking on crazy, the fight that happened between Tony and Dimitri, and then the aftermath of that fight was bananas. Were you around, or did you see that happening?
That fight was going for hours. It was dinner time. I went to get my motherfucking tacos. Wait, can I cuss on here? Can I? I
You
went to
said
get my
I'm
motherfucking
it's
tacos.
not my business.
Okay, bet. Yeah,
And keep my
I went
shit.
to motherfucking tacos. I went to go eat and shit. And I went to my room. I always stayed in my room the most of the time. I'll go to like I wouldn't be around. I'll come out, eat, go to the pool. If I see Bobby around, I'll go talk to Bobby. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But yeah, then I wasn't out hanging out much. But I knew I went to go get my food. I went back to my room to eat, and then I heard a lot of commotion. And at first, I was just like, whatever. You know, like I'm gonna just keep eating. But then it was going for so long. I'm like, damn, is somebody getting killed out there? Like, so let me go see what's going on. So I went to go look for like a second. I remember seeing like rail hit somebody with a lamp, and I remember Grandy getting into it, like fighting, and I was shocked because me and Grandy were one of the people that was like, we're not me, Grandy, Trizzy, and so we were like, we're not going on the show fighting. We're not about to be doing that. We're to let them fight. We're to just smoke our weed. You know, that's kind of. So when I saw Grandy fighting, I was
You
like,
a Grandy
oh
of Pisces,
shit.
right? And you a Grandy of both Pisces, right?
Pisces, yeah. His birthday's 2 days after mine. Pisces,
Okay.
gang. Yeah, nah.
Right. After like the whole fight happened and everything that was that transpired in the house, was like, did you ever see like what was Bobby's like reaction? Was he already pissed? Because it kind of almost felt like, because I didn't make it on Bad Boys Club, or because I wasn't able to audition for Bad Boys Club, I auditioned for Bobby Lights. And now I'm going to show out because I was able to make it on the Zeus network regardless.
I felt like, for one, Bobby, before my fight scene, Bobby thanked me, and I think so. And I want to say Trizzy, maybe was it Trizzy at that time? Maybe it was me and another person. Maybe it was so. I don't remember exactly who was with, but he thanked us for not fighting. He was like, "Thank you." He's like, he thanked us for not fighting. He was not fucking with that shit at all. But I didn't feel like maybe it was like, oh, I didn't go on Bad Boys Club, so I came here. But I was thinking like people was just like, I don't know. I think it was for Bobby. From when I was there, and majority of the people that got to hang out with him, like when the cameras was rolling, the people that we were hanging out with him, they didn't seem like they didn't want to be with him. So I felt like they did it to get his attention.
Oh, the fighting?
Yeah.
Make him more interested in them?
That's what I think. That's why I did it. That's why I did it. That's why I did it. That's why I did it.
Yeah, it could have been. That could have been it. They probably wanted his attention and felt like he would be, to show all their masculinity.
The masculinity, right? Exactly. Yeah.
He would be attracted to it, and he just didn't want to be involved in it. That's not the type of
like,
show.
see, Bobby, I could protect you. You know what I mean? You see these things?
Yeah.
I felt that's what I felt like. I didn't personally feel like people were like, oh, this is my chance to show I could be on Bad Boys Club. I didn't feel that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be surprised, and maybe maybe now they're like, I would still do it. I would go on there, but I didn't really feel like people were thinking about it as Bad Boys Club because it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You know.
And I remember even reacting to that scene when they was in the house, and I kept saying like I didn't really want to watch that. Like I would have rathered it to be some funny shit, like how Flowers was. I thought he was pretty funny. It was even Bakari. Like I thought Bakari was pretty funny, like rolling weed up in the confessionals.
Yeah, I like his confessionals too. He was funny. But who was the first? Who you said the guy that brought the flowers?
Oh, I call him.
What did you say first before Bakari?
Shrek. What was his name?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then
I liked him too. I thought that was gonna be like something like that. Like I felt like me personally. I felt like me, Grandy, Soul, Ike, and Strizzy, and understood the assignment. Maybe I can't think of anybody else that was there. Dimitri too. I can't think of anybody. But I feel like we were the ones. I feel like in our minds we was kind of thinking of like I Love New York, Flavor of Love kind of thing. And I think maybe like everybody else like, hey, we on Zeus. You know what I mean? And people know what you have to do on Zeus. So, or what people are expected to do on Zeus. You know what I mean?
For me, I didn't even. It was a couple people I felt like I liked, even the ones that you named, you too as well. You know, I liked you personally. I wish you would have stayed a little bit longer. You know, I'll call you.
Other shows coming.
I call you Smiles because I love that smile.
Yeah, thank you. I'll take that.
But once all of the commotion was calmed down, we then get to the nicknames. When we got to the nicknames, it came to you. I think you were the last one to walk up, correct?
Yeah. Yep. And also I have to say that none of the fights happened for nothing. Like those fights that happened, it wasn't really for nothing. Shit really did happen off camera, and it was just brought on camera basically.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I understood where, like, as far as the fights, like I understood where Vrel was coming from. He felt like Grandy didn't have to start pushing a chair, or I guess when he was trying to roll him, and then Grandy is saying like, "Don't bring him in here because Dimitri is here." And
shit, what Grandy said in that scene, he said he gonna stick up for Dimitri. So
he did.
If you've been surprised, if a Pisces say something, we gonna do it. Shit.
He definitely did. He definitely stuck up for Dimitri. I'll give him that. But did you think it was like necessary because it was like Tony?
No, because I think it would have been necessary if Tony wasn't popping off.
Right.
Like if he was more so on the quiet end and minding his business, and then they was fucking with him, then I would have been like, that's fucked up. But shit, he like, y'all bitches not take me serious. I want to fight. Here's a throw me out. What's up? So he like, shit, what's up? You know what I mean? So I'm like,
But Tony was even funny to me because besides all the rah-rah, like rolling the wheelchair to the stairs and saying, I can't even go upstairs and see Bobby if I want to.
Oh my God. I felt bad for him, but I was like,
I felt, no, that's what I said. I felt
so serious.
I felt bad because he was dead serious, but I was like, oh shit. I said, oh my God.
I never thought about no shit like that. I didn't even think about the fact that
I never thought about it either, because I would figure Bobby
would come down and visit him or something. Yeah.
Because he can't put in the work like the rest of the guys can.
Exactly.
His condition. Did you think Roland Ray was going extra hard on him because he was in a wheelchair?
Yeah. I think that's why. But I feel like they should have had a fight scene. I feel like they should have put them in front of each other and let them slap box and swing at each other.
At this point, because he definitely spit on him, and I just couldn't believe that.
And I don't even know if I wasn't there, so I don't even know if Tony got to physically spit back. You know what I mean?
It didn't look like
that spit land. I hope so.
No. I don't even, to be honest, did the spit land or did it just fall on the floor? Because it looks, I didn't see it anywhere. But
yeah, and they could have cut. I don't even know. I'm wondering too. I was in my room when that happened, and then Tony told me later, like, or I think I went to Tony's room. He was like, me and Ray Anton, that bitch spit on me, and I was like, what? But I didn't think that
I
he
can
really
believe
spit
it.
on him. I thought maybe he spit at him. And so I
Oh,
saw the episode, and I was like,
yeah, because that was a thick piece.
it was all yellow. Ugh.
I didn't get into it.
It looked
I
like it
did not
stunk.
get far into it.
It looked like it stunk.
I didn't want to get that far into it. I didn't want to get that far into it. I wasn't going looking at it. I just knew that it's crazy. But regarding Roland Ray, when you did go up for the nicknames, he did kind of like go hard on you.
There's a lot that didn't show. He was trying to call me Kuta Kente. That's my nationality. My dad's Cuban. My dad is Cuban, Mediterranean, Dutch. My mom is Black and Native. They asked my nationality. I told them, and he's like, "Oh, you're Black as fuck. You're actually Mr. Africa or Kuta Kente." And shit like that. I was like, "Why don't you embrace being African?" I was like, "I'm Black. I didn't say I wasn't Black, but not all Blacks are from Africa. The fuck? You have a lot of different other places where the Black people are. They wasn't born in Africa. Shit." So that was my thing with him. We was really going at it. I was talking about the way he was looking. Like, I'm like, you trying to come for me? And Bobby stood up for me too. And
I'm glad.
they tried to give me like 10 different names. I was like, hell no, nope, don't play with me. I already have an image. I already have a name. That. And then Bobby's like, well, fine, then. It's to be determined. Your name's to be determined. TBD. And I was like, shit, this big dick. Okay, that's cool. That's cool with me.
Did you say that before you walked out? You called it this big dick?
You want to know?
Yeah. I'm taking off like a rocket, huh? Never thought I would be glad that I dropped out of college,